San Diego home prices were down 2.5% annually, but up 1.1% month on month, according to the Case Shiller Index. And according to this index, although San Diego home prices are worth less than they were 1 year ago, they are the fastest rising on the West Coast. And in the last week of June, when the last time this index was updated, which is kind of a problem, which we're going to get into here in a little bit, the average interest rate was 6.71%. And right now, at the time of recording this, we're sitting at 7.21%. So this index is about 2 to 3 months behind of where we actually are right now. So in this video, I'm going to let you know what this index is, why it matters. You've probably seen it online. You've probably seen it on YouTube. You've probably seen it everywhere. The Case Shiller Index this, the Case Shiller Index that. I'm going to let you know what it is and what it actually measures. So next time you do hear it, you do know what's going on and you'll have a good idea of what they're actually talking about. And then I'm going to get into some data and what's actually happened right now in the market so that you can see while this information is correct in this recent article, there are other ways to kind of see what's actually happened real time right now in the San Diego real estate market. So here's the index that they are talking about, the Case Shiller Home Price Index, which tracks the change in value in single family homes right here in San Diego. As a baseline, right here in January of 2000 is the baseline where it started at 100. You can see going into the 2005 range, 2006, where we did have the housing bubble of 2008. You can see it dropped down quite a bit and slowly crept its way back all the way to right about 2020. That's when it took off. That's the most recent gigantic jump we've seen in the Case Shiller Home Index and San Diego home prices. It jumped all the way up. This is the middle of last year, April, May, June, and then it just started dropping down a little bit. Now we're on an upward trajectory. But like I said, it ends in June. We're sitting in the beginning of September. So there is quite the lag in this data. But what is this data? Let's check it out. So on this article here from Investopedia, Understanding the Case Shiller Housing Index, you can see the Case Shiller Index, formerly known as S&P, blah, 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 blah. National home price, that's way too long to keep saying, is an economic indicator that measures the change in value of U.S. single homes on a monthly basis. And this index tracks prices in 10 and 20 key US metro areas, which San Diego is included in one of those. Each index measures changes in the price of single family detached homes. So no condos in here. We're just looking at homes, but typically condos are going to track similar to single family homes. There might be a little bit of variation, but for the most part, they're going to track the same here in San Diego. So using the repeat sales method, so it compares the sale price of a given property in successive transactions. So if a home sold back in 2000 and then it sold again, that's the numbers that they are taking. So you need multiple data sets of the same home selling. There is a 2-month data lag. So the index values published at the end of June reflect prices in April. And then each month's index data reflects transactions for 3 months. So that the Case Shiller Index is from June, published at the end of August, reflects transaction prices in April, May, and June. And real quick, back to the chart. Let me bring it in a little bit so you can see the most recent data. So we're sitting right here. This is the most recent in June. You can see it's not a price, it's an index. So it's taking all these and comparing it to that baseline of 2000, January 2000, where it is 100. We're well above that right now. So month over month compared to from May to June, it is up that 1.1%, but we're still down 2.5% from June of last year. But you can see it's trending up right now. So let's take a look at actually what's happening currently in the market so you can maybe get a guess of to where that Case Shiller Index is going to go. First thing we're going to check out is the median sales price. This is for all of San Diego County, and there's 3 different lines. You have the bottom line, which is 2021. The next one out is 2022, and then this one here is sitting at 2023. Right when the Case Shiller Index was taken, they're taking into account kind of these 3 months going back here to get that number for June. You could see as we did break out of June, now we're going into July and going into August. So the good thing about this data right here is it's updated weekly, taking that median sales price from the end of July to the end of August. And you can see we're sitting 12% higher than last year. And we did even go above our peak last year of 2022 of $880,000. Now we're sitting right at $908,000. So even with the higher interest rates, there are still buyers out there. Sellers have been holding strong. They haven't had to adjust their prices too much. Typically, coming into the second half of the year, kind of that downslope after summer where we're at right now, this number usually will come down, but you can see the current trend is still going up. Now, hopping into active listings, which is another factor of what we're seeing here in the market of San Diego. Active listings down from 2022 is down a little bit above 43%. So the number of active listings we have right now is 3,245, but it's insanely low compared to where we were last year, right up here, where we had 5,710 homes listed on the market. So you can see this gap of active listings, the number of homes out there. While some higher interest rates may be pushing buyers off a little bit, there is still enough buyers to keep those prices up because there's not a ton of homes on the market. And then here's week supply in San Diego County. This is basically a month or weeks supply, how many weeks it would take for, if no new homes came on the market, how long would it take for all those homes to sell out? So with the current amount of buyers out there, it's sitting right now about 6.9 weeks supply. So a little bit over a month and a half. And while we're a little bit down from last year of 3.5%, where we were up here last year, and we did see week supply of inventory, this is when interest rates were going up kind of towards the end of the year last year. We'll see if this continues to trend higher, meaning homes that are on the market are sitting a little bit longer and we are gaining inventory. So until we gain significant inventory, home prices will probably continue. I don't know if they're necessarily going to keep going up at that clip, but they're likely going to hold strong until there's more homes on the market. So let's answer the question that we have in the title, will it last? It really depends on a few factors. Interest rates, they did bump down closer to 7%. Now they're bumping back up. They're kind of all over the place. I think once there is some sort of consistency in the rates, even if it is higher, as long as they're not shooting up or shooting down, buyers feel a little bit more comfortable getting back in the market. Now that's just going to increase demand if they do come down. And more demand with the current number of homes we have out there right now is not going to be a good thing. We would likely see more of what happened in the last few years. Now, typically coming into the latter half of the year, we do see less transactions as a whole. Prices do soften a little bit. So that is just seasonality. The last few years, we haven't really had seasonality. It's just been kind of the Wild West, ups and downs and what's going on and kind of figuring out what this new market is. So as of now, prices are likely going to continue to hold strong until we have some change in the supply and demand dynamics. And just as a reminder, if you guys have a specific situation you're thinking about buying or selling, you want to know what's going on and you want to pick our brains, be sure to reach out. All our info is right below. I'm Chris Erickson with the Beach Life Group, and we got you back when making the move here in San Diego.